Cindy with the Resale Remedy. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July. It was a very unproductive day for me. I went to go outside, mow the grass, and the belt came off the lawnmower again. So my husband went back out there and he put the belt back on. It wouldn't stay. So he's calling all the lawnmower places around us, and they're all closed, of course. So he finally finds one place that has a universal belt. He goes to purchase it. He brings it home, and it don't work. And so anyway, didn't get the grass mowed. So I decided to get on eBay, and I was going to go ahead and list since I couldn't get outside and do some chores. And got stopped once again. Had to take my daughter to a friend's house, get ready for 4th of July over there. She decided last minute she wanted to go and have a good time with her friends, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I decided to call it quits and give up. And my husband and I got into the pool, and we just relaxed, enjoyed, watched some TV, caught up on some stuff, grilled 2 burgers for ourselves on the grill, sat down, ate way too much food, and fell asleep. That was my 4th of July. Oh, I did leave one thing out. I did not fall asleep right away. I had to stay up and babysit my overgrown German Shepherd who thinks she is a puppy, not a German Shepherd. She's supposed to be a German Shepherd, but when it comes to fireworks and lightning, she's a little tiny puppy. She's a baby. Anyway, you can see me sitting on the couch between 8:30 and 11:30 holding a giant white German Shepherd. And she's hiding her head in me. She's trying to protect herself, trying to comfort her best I can, and it's not working. She's pacing. She's dog sweating all over my house. And the poor baby, I need to get her some anxiety medicine. I realize this, and she's getting worse and worse. You know, she's only 2, but she's getting worse and worse the older she gets. It's just getting bad. But poor baby, she does not like 4th of July. She wishes it never happened. And I told her, no worries. It's 5 more months. I think it's 5 more months until New Year's. So hopefully Mommy can get her medicine before then. Okay, guys, enough about my 4th of July. Hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July. And if you're tuning in to watch me, thank you very much. I'd like you to like, share, subscribe, please. I do these videos so I can share with you things that I learn and hopefully fix the holes in your budget. That's my whole purpose for the Resale Remedy, is to fix those holes in your budget. Now today I want to talk about things that you wouldn't normally think they would sell. And I know I've touched on this topic before, but I'm going to touch on it one more time. And I'm going to share something with you as far as things that you wouldn't think would sell. One of the things that you wouldn't think would sell would be broken electronics or old electronics you have around your house. As long as you're listing it in the title that it is parts only, you can sell broken electronics. Stuff like broken house phones. I know a lot of us are getting rid of our house phones because we no longer need them anymore, but we're getting rid of our house phones. So the house phones, you know, sometimes we can test them, sometimes we can't test them to see if everything works. So when you list that house phone, you're going to put in there untested if you have no way of testing it. Otherwise, go somewhere that you know that has one of the plugs and plug it in and see if it works. See if you can get a dial tone or anything from it. I know a lot of us aren't using home phones anymore. I never thought I'd see the day where I thought it was magnificent when we got rid of that long cord that as teenagers we used to take, put it to our ear and stretch as far as we possibly could to get away from our parents and hide somewhere in a closet. But anyway, I never thought the day would come when that cord would disappear and we get a phone that we could actually walk around with. Now, some of them, when they first came out, a little history lesson, when they first came out, you couldn't get too far away from that base. If you walked too far away from that base, your phone would cut off. And then they got to where you could walk a long ways away from the base and you were perfectly fine. And you didn't have to put it back on the thing and charge every 5 seconds, because the batteries would run down really quick on the first ones that came out. And um, anyway, we did that. And then all of a sudden, when they got a little bit more compact and they were cool looking in their home, instead of looking like a phone, it looked like a piece of decoration in your house. And there really were some nice and pretty ones, you know. But those went away. Then we got cell phones. Well, they went away when we got cell phones. And now everybody's got a phone in their butt pocket of their pants, and they call people they don't mean to call, and that's just a fact of life. I got several butt calls from my brother over the weekend as he was in New York running around doing some things, and I kept answering him, and there was nothing there. So thank you to my brother for all the butt calls this past weekend. Love you. Anyway, back to the subject. House phones, you know, they're going. If you can't test them, totally understand it. Just put untested and clean them up. And make sure, oh, one thing you need to make sure, a lot of times when we packed our old house phones up, the ones that were the walk around kind, they have batteries in them. Make sure you make sure that those batteries did not corrode that unit, the handheld unit. And because you don't want to sell somebody something and send it to them, and you didn't check the battery compartment when they get it, that battery is corroded in the back. And I hope that helps you guys, because we don't think about stuff like that, especially when the older equipment use. Okay, on to the next one. Television remote controls to stereo systems, remote controls to surround sound systems, even the little Bluetooth thing that comes free with our cell phones that a lot of us don't like and put in our ear. I don't like them. So I just throw it in a drawer when it comes free, and I just throw it in a drawer. All that stuff can be sold on eBay for a good price. I recently sold a remote for, I think I took a best offer at $15. I had it listed for $19, took $15. It was from a TV that my daughter had threw the Wii remote through when she was younger doing Wii bowling. Yeah. Don't freak out. I didn't freak out. You know, I should have been more careful watching her, but I'm sitting at the table and there goes the Wii remote through the TV. I actually turned the TV on and off to see if it would still work. I got to try everything, you know, it was a big TV. But anyway, I recently sold that. Excuse me, that might be my daughter. Okay, I recently sold that, and that's one of the things that I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, people need this stuff. They still have that TV. Their child didn't throw a Wii remote through theirs, but they may need an extra remote, or they may have lost the original remote. Sometimes these universal remotes don't work for every TV, and a lot of people don't get the same functions on the universal remote that they did on their original remote. And so they want that original remote back again. That's what their goal is, to have that original remote. So that's all. Another thing is I know we all go through cell phones, and they used to, I don't know if they still do. I haven't got a new cell phone in probably 3 years. I love my Galaxy Note 3. That's what I use. Love it, love it, love it. I do need to upgrade one day. I don't know. I'm a creature of habit. But anyway, they used to give you the car chargers with the cell phones, and they may still do that. I don't know. But the car chargers for your cell phones, I know we probably got piles of them in the drawer somewhere. Don't throw them away. Don't donate them to anybody. Put them on eBay. Sell them. Even if you're only getting $5 for it. $5 is better than no dollar sitting in the drawer. And this is what I'm telling you guys. Look at everything in your home that you don't need, that you don't think is going to sell, because a lot of times when we watch some of these reselling shows, they'll have some high dollar items, and we look around our house and we don't have that kind of stuff. So we have to go out there and thrift. Now, some of us, and that's why we're fixing the holes in our budget, some of us don't have the luxury of spending an extra $20 or $30 in a thrift store to start a business that may or may not take off. You know, eBay is, I don't want to say it's a gamble, because it's not, if you work it, it works. And that applies to anything in life, of course. But if you work it, it will work. You have to have patience, you have to have time, and you have to work it. And so, what I'm telling you, take those things that you don't think are worth anything, put it online, put a decent price on it, make sure it's cleaned up and nice, take some good pictures, and see if it'll sell. Okay, so we're up to the charger cables and things like that that you no longer use anymore. I know a lot of the phones used to have permanent plug-in chargers where you plug it in wall. Now they've got it to where it's the USB plug-in, and just about anybody's phone you can plug the USB into, and it all works. It all charges. Those little things. I have, for some reason, I have collected uh, 12 of them in my drawer. And I'm like, why? And that's probably why, new phones, new items that come with it. I know everything just about comes with these little USB charger things. But anyway, put them online. Somebody wants them. Somebody needs them. It may not sell in 30 days. It may not sell in 60 days. But it will sell. Trust me. I've had things to sell that I'm like, whoa. I recently had a stuffed animal on there. It was a bendable Spider-Man, and I didn't fix it myself. I listed it like it was. And it was a clean toy, clean Spider-Man, but on Spidey's little hand, it was all ripped up, the threads that came out of it. And I'm thinking, I don't know what happened to it. It was in my daughter's closet. Anything could have tore it, or it could have snagged. We got it at Universal Studios, and it was a clean item. I put it online, took a picture of the hand, close up several times, listed in description that the hand is tore, needs some mending, and it's sold. That item actually sold within 30 days. I was amazed. I thought it was just going to be one of my filler items that I was going to just have to eventually put on auction and sell. I sold it to a mom who had an autistic child. She said to me, because I did email her also and let her know, did you pay attention that it does need mending? And she said yes. And she has an autistic or challenged child, and he tears up things. And she said, this is perfect for him. And she said, trust me, the tear in the hand is not going to matter. But, and I'm pleased, that it sold. And I didn't get top dollar for it, of course, but, it was sold. So I'm saying, guys, stuff you don't think that's going to sell around your house will sell eventually. Patience. And don't keep lowering the price to where you're asking nothing. Keep it at a price that is good for you. You don't want to take something that you paid money for, or that is around your house, that is, say you listed it for $10, it didn't sell, so you listed it for $8, didn't sell, so you listed it for $6, and now you're like, oh my gosh, it's never going to sell. Don't go any lower than you feel comfortable at going. $6 is perfect. Just leave it at that. That's just an example. I don't know what it is, but anyway, just leave it at that. The next item, let me see what I wrote down here. Oh, pieces of a game. We don't all, but some of us have kids, but all of us pretty much have board games. And I know my kids, when they were younger, they would lose pieces to games and stuff like that. I have a Twister game without the twister, without the dial anymore. So I'm going to put the mat online and sell the mat. I still have the box. I still have the mat. I just don't have the little board thing anymore. My kids probably took it out, played it with something else. I don't know. But stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Monopoly games. We all lose pieces to Monopoly games. Some of these Monopoly pieces are valuable. The houses, the hotels, the money. The little tiny statues are the most valuable, depending on the age of the Monopoly game. So if you're missing pieces for a whole game to be played with, please put it on there and list it. Game of Life. The Game of Life, I don't know if you guys remember, but one of the older versions of the Game of Life came with a little spinny thing. You spin it, and the little thing click, 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 click. Well, that little spinny thing comes off. Now, some games, people lose that little spinny thing and have to throw their game away because it's no good without that. And like I said, our children, our teens, or whatever, they take things apart. I know some of my Game of Life, the houses were popped out because the houses used to pop out of the Game of Life too. And the little people, the little blue and pink, blue and pink people. The cars, the little plastic cars that you put the little blue and pink people, they all disappear. So people want this stuff. Put it in a bundle, put it online, put a decent price on it. Somebody will want that. Trust me. And another thing is books. Books that you don't think is valuable whatsoever anymore. Say you went to a yard sale and bought a couple of paperback books for a nickel. You're thinking, okay, I only paid a nickel for it, so I'm not going to get, my nickel back. You are going to get your nickel back. Put it online for a couple of bucks. And I don't care. There's some of these people out there. Let's talk about books for 1 second. There are booksellers out there that can sell a book for $3 and have free shipping on it. I'm thinking, I've asked some questions about this and stuff, and what they're doing is they get a special price for shipping a whole bunch of books at one time. And I believe that's what's happening. They're getting a bulk media price, and so it's not costing them anything. So don't pay attention to that. Put your book on there for $3. Put your media mail price on there. I think it's going to be, for a little paperback, it's going to be around $2.61, I think. I'm not sure on that. I believe it's $2.61. And also offer first class. It's only going to be a few cents more. Go ahead and offer first class because they'll get it a lot faster. If they want it a lot faster, they'll have that option for that book. All right, let me see what else I had on here. Oh, this was a fun one. I saw a reseller. I don't remember who it was. I really don't remember who it was. But anyway, I saw a reseller, and he was selling. He found them at not antique store, estate sales. He found them in estate sales, and they're black and white photographs. Now, these are black and white photographs of people he don't know, people that the buyers don't know. They're just nice antique black and white photographs. So if you come across black and white photographs that look like they're kind of antique-ish, pick them up, buy them. You could probably buy them for a penny, if you can buy anything anymore for a penny, but you can probably buy them for about a penny or so and resell them for good prices. He made some good money on some of his black and white photos. And I know my mom has a couple of black and white tins, but these are family members she's got pictures of. I wouldn't dare, sell my family photos, but I mean, some of y'all might not care, but I can't sell my family on eBay. But, well, no, I got a few I'd like to sell on eBay. Probably wouldn't get much, but anyway, black and white photos. But anyway, guys, that's just a short list of things that you wouldn't think would sell on eBay, that you're just going to toss in a box and possibly just throw away. Take a look, take a guess, take a gander, take a chance, and put some of this odd stuff on there. Call it your odd lot of stuff, and see if it doesn't sell. I know I have a bunch of corks from wine. Yeah, I drink wine. Who doesn't? But anyway, corks from wine. And I've been collecting them over the years and years and years. And I've got some, and I was on there, and I was like, I wonder if this stuff sells, because I know a lot of the schools use stuff like this for craft projects and stuff. I save my egg cartons every year and my paper towel rollers, the egg cartons I use myself, but I do donate some of them to school projects. And I also do the paper towel rollers and toilet paper rollers for schools. But, I looked online, and sure enough, there was corks being sold in the bundle. For I'm assuming projects, one of the listings said for hobby and craft projects, and then of course I do crafting and everything, so I look up on there to see what some cork projects were, just in case I wanted to do those. And there are some really cute ones. But I do other stuff, so I'm not going to throw that into the mix and everything. But anyway, that brings up another thing. It's July. It is time for me to start thinking about October. In October, I enter my crafts in the county fair here, and I always tease everybody and say, I'm going to enter my blue ribbon projects. But to be honest, I do win a lot of blue ribbons. I love my blue ribbons. They're up there on my shelf. You can't see them right now. But anyway, I love winning the blue ribbons and the red ribbons, which are second place. I love that too. And I didn't enter a lot last year, but this year I'm hoping to enter just a little bit more, a little bit more variety and all. But I usually like to try to get ready for all this in July, which I'm going to reopen my Etsy store for my Christmas crafts. For in July, I usually do that. So that's what we're going to do this month. We're going to get ready for the fair, and we're going to get ready for, well, I'm going to get ready to start listing on Etsy. Some of the things here I'll show you. This is, I believe I have this on, I think I have this on eBay actually. This is a tissue box, and it's plastic canvas, and that's the Family Guy. And I do plastic canvas. I love plastic canvas. And this is another tissue box. This is the Rubik's Cube tissue box. And this is mainly after the Big Bang Theory. If you notice Sheldon, if you watch the Big Bang, Sheldon sits on the couch and there's a tissue box there. And it's a Rubik's Cube. It's plastic canvas. And another thing that I make, I will show you real quick. These little ornaments. They're Christmas ornaments. And I have tons of these things that I will be putting on my Etsy website. And I usually make them in batches of 3s and 4s. And then, of course, now these little guys, I love these. Let me get them out for you. Pardon me 1 minute here. All right. And there they are. Aren't they cute? These are snow people. And these are just homemade crafts. These are made out of the socks and the rice. And the tops are made out of the bottom parts of the socks that you cut off and stuff, and just fun, fun. Anyway, those won last year, and very pleased with that. I will be making some more of those guys and putting them on my Etsy site, and I will be opening that probably towards the end of July. October comes up. I have the fair. It's my daughter's birthday in October. We have a Halloween party, and we have birthday parties. October is like huge for us. And then right after October, we start getting ready for Christmas. We do a big Christmas display in our front yard. Each year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we have like huge trees that are put up with giant PVC pipes and coming out. They're Christmas trees with stars and reindeers and everything on top of it. And lights, some of them blink, and the fences lined. Anyway, it's just huge. But now that I'm on YouTube, I will love to share some of the excitement that we do during the next few months. And I was so wrong about the day that school starts back. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I got my dates at, because I told you guys third week in August. I don't know what I was thinking. The actual day, first day of school here for my kid is August the 1st. And we have open house this month. We have open house, and I am not going to make my 450 goal. I will go ahead and tell you right now that I didn't lie, but I'm not going to make it. Just not going to make it. If I make that by the time school starts, it will be a miracle of some sorts, because there's no way. I have managed to get back up to 160 listings, and I am doing my power hour, and don't forget about the power hour. And I am doing my power hour every day, trying just to get, everything going, back to square one again, pretty much after I had company. And but anyway, ah, well, I guess I definitely went over my 15 minutes. Okay, guys, I just want to say thanks for joining me. This is Cindy with the Resell Remedy. Um, and I will see you again in a couple of days. And I'm going to try to stay on track here. I know I have drifted off track a lot of times with this show, and I'm going to try to stay on track. I need to really get down and dirty with keeping on a schedule as far as what we're going to talk about, how we're going to get you through these budget problems. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Just stick with me. I'm still new. I'm very, very new. Just stick with me. I got this. I do. I got this. Just stick with me. All right, guys. Huge hugs. And thanks for joining me. This is Cindy with the Resell Remedy.